Perfect. Okay.
All right. It's my absolute pleasure to reintroduce our fearless host, Yassmin Flores.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to Q&A Flores, where we connect professionals for success. And what we do is we invite these amazing speakers with knowledge, and they give their wisdom to us. So we are the professionals, and we want to share this with you. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, which he was celebrating a birthday on the 15th of April, just in case anybody wanted to know. So, Joseph, could you please introduce yourself?
All right. My name is Josefschein. My job here is to do all the background stuff, but my job in the real world is I'm a DJ and master of ceremonies. And wow, people are waking up. I'm loving it. We got a really great program ahead for you, and we're going to be giving away prizes. So make sure you stay with us because you need to be present to win, right, Yassmin?
Yes, you have to be present. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my first guest. His name is Ronen, and he's also a real estate. He's a broker, property manager, and I met him a few years ago, and I could tell you he is amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, I am putting the information in the chat room so you could contact any of our speakers. So, Ronen, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronen Saruri. I'm a real estate broker and I'm the owner of Elevate Realty and Management. I've known Yassmin for a few years now, and it's been a pleasure. And thanks for having me, Yassmin. And today I'm gonna discuss a bit about how to add value onto your existing property and how to generate passive income from that. So in LA County and other counties as well, they're allowing you to add a ADU, which is a accessory dwelling unit, onto your already existing house. And that can be done in a few ways. It could be a garage conversion, where you can turn it around, get it permitted, and lease it out. Or you can build another structure in the back of your house as an ADU, and they're allowing up to 1,200 square feet and up to 3 bedrooms. It can either be a flat structure or it could be a 2-story. So you can do that as of right now. And another cool thing that they just brought into the mix is a junior ADU. A junior ADU has to be attached to the existing house that you live in or that you own. So most people, where they have the garage and the garage is attached to their house, they're converting it onto a junior ADU. That one is allowed to be up to 500 square feet. So the nice thing about this right now, you can add 2 structures to your house to generate more income and obviously add more value to your existing house. So you can take the attached garage, convert it to a junior ADU, and if you have enough space in your backyard, you can build an additional ADU, and that one is basically like a second home because of the wide square footage and the amount of bedrooms you can add. A lot of people are doing this to their homes right now because it's generating good rental income for them. And the reason that's happening a lot, when COVID hit, a lot of people who lived in apartments realized that being stuck there or jailed for 12 months is not really something that they want to encounter again, and it just changed their perspective on their lifestyle. Most people realize that they want to live in a house on ground level with some sort of a backyard with much easier access to, let's say, a common area, or just not being in a structure where you have to take an elevator, you have to take the stairs, and there's really nothing to do. You're inside 4 walls and you can't do much. So once that hit, the demand for housing went up a lot, especially rentals, and rentals meaning single family residentials and ADUs and the junior ADUs. So the process is pretty easy. There are people who specialize in building ADUs. They come out to your house. Most people are converting their garages right now because it's an existing structure. Uh, you don't need to do any new construction. You just need to basically reconstruct the inside of your garage, and that's pretty simple. And that takes a few months for the permits and the engineering to take place. But once it's done, the garages are generating, depending on your area, anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000. And the return on investment for something like that is well over 10%. So instead of letting the money sit in the bank, you should think about converting your garage and start generating cash money on a monthly basis. There's a bit more information on how to go about it and what exactly you can do, but that I could discuss one-on-one and refer you to the proper people to help you out with that if that's something you're considering.
Thank you so much, Ronen. And
My
please
pleasure.
hold your questions until the very end. Thank you so much. And his information is in the chat room. So if you like to contact him, please do. Now, my next speaker, Eli. He's been in the financial industry for 25 years. He's very patient, he's very wise. And I just want to say thank you. Eli, could you please introduce yourself?
Certainly. My name is Eli Sank. I am a fully licensed and fiduciary investment advisor and representative with Primerica Financial Services. And as Yassmin said, I've been helping families for more than 25 years become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. I'm going to share my camera is right in front of the share screen sign. So I'm going to share a little slideshow, but I want you to ask yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely important, how important is it to you that you become debt free and financially independent? So you've heard the adage, most people don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. And someone sent me an email the other day with some jokes on the subject of financial planning. And this was what it said. Did some financial planning, and it looks like I can retire at 62 and live comfortably for 11 minutes. I got a great laugh out of that because being involved in the financial services industry, I have done a plan and I do plans for my clients. Now, to get where you'd like to be, you need to know where you are. Primerica addresses that question with something that we call a financial needs analysis, but you can think of it as a financial game plan. It is complementary, customized, and confidential. It takes a snapshot of where you are, and through the discussion and an educational process, we get some ideas of where you'd like to be, and we build your financial house so that you can get to your goals and dreams. And the financial house, just like a real house, is built on a sound foundation. And the foundation of your family's financial situation is going to be your incomes, whether you have one or two in your family. And in order to protect that over time, because the loss of one of those incomes could be disastrous, we believe in setting a foundation with term insurance. The next layer in your house should be your budget and an emergency fund. I'll get into that later. Then we come to accelerate paying off debt. I really have learned to look at debt as a cancer. That's because it can really eat into you and upset your entire lifestyle. Then the next layer that we consider is retirement. Retirement has come to mean a lot more than just an age or a time when you stop work. It's ultimately about having the income that you need to support yourself in a lifestyle that you want, and the confidence that your money will last your entire lifetime, no matter how long you live. And finally, there's other goals and dreams. My retirement dream, and this is kind of depicts how I'd like to spend kind of the rest of my life, having that financial independence and being able to stroll along a beach with my wife. My wife is actually blonde, so this is not a picture of us, but it does depict my financial dream. In order to get there, the financial needs analysis leads us down a path of 3 steps. Step one is protecting your income. Again, ensuring your income until you build financial independence. Step two is accelerate paying off debt. And we do that by setting up a debt stacking program. I'll show an example of that. And step three, learning and starting your saving and investing habit. You learn to pay yourself first and set up 3 fundamental accounts. Now, in step one, protecting your income, what I teach families in the early years, they may not have a lot of money, but they better have a lot of coverage because they're going to have children. They're going to have some debt, especially as they buy that first house, and a loss of the income would be devastating. But at retirement, you better have money because hopefully your children have grown and moved out of the house and your debt is lower, your mortgage is paid, but you're going to need income to provide that lifestyle that you'd like to have. Now, step two is accelerate paying off debt. We use a process called debt stacking. Let's say you have a number of credit cards, a car loan, and a mortgage. You begin by paying off the the balance with as much of your income that you can afford over the minimum balances, and you pay just the minimum balances on everything else. Then you take that full payment and apply it to the next card, and so forth until you can pay off your debt. When we start this process early enough, you can accelerate as much as 10 to 15 years off your debt situation, including your mortgage. Now, why would you want to become debt free? It is possible, and there are many benefits to living debt free. You save money on interest costs that many people pay by letting their balances run month to month. You regain control of your family budget, and you can rein in the spending on wants versus needs. And that's actually how you do get control of yourself. Then you'd have more money to save, and you'd have that compound interest working for you rather than against you. On the investment side, we believe, of course, in investing with professional management. Um, there are 3 accounts that you need to have a complete savings and investment program. The first is an emergency fund. That's to take care of the unforeseen emergencies, like you're driving down the freeway and your older car throws a rod and you now need a new engine. Rather than put it on a credit card, if you have an emergency fund, you could pay it from that fund. Second basic account is a midterm savings. That's for the things that you may need in 3 to 5 years or may want to do, like the luxurious cruise, perhaps the down payment on a new car. And the third account is a wealth building. Again, I call that the financial independence account. And for wealth building, I allow my clients to take advantage of the different tax savings programs that there are out there. There are too many to mention, but being fully licensed, I supply my clients with mutual funds, with non-qualified accounts, with savings and retirement accounts, and also annuities. Now, the reason you want to do tax deferral is because over a long period of time, and this example is $10,000 over 30 years, and I guess that applies to David and maybe Ronen, and maybe 30 years isn't how long the rest of us are saving, but it does make an enormous difference in how much you can accumulate to that financial independence. Now, we come to the action point. to set up your own personal program. If it is very important to you, you can talk to me about getting started on the path. I would start with developing your personal F&A. We can then implement your investment plan, setting up the 3 accounts. Start by eliminating debt if you haven't already started an organized program to get out of debt, and then ensuring your income to protect your most valuable asset, which is your income. Thank you.
Eli, thank you so much. Very well done. Thank you. Joseph, please.
I should unmute myself first. So it's my absolute pleasure to introduce this next person because I actually admire this individual very much. With 25 years of experience in serving the communication needs of small, medium, and large size businesses, whatever I can say, she can write better. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Kellogg.
Hi, everyone. I want to thank you for being here today. I'm going to be quick. I'm Robin Kellogg, and Yassmin asked me to talk because I'm a copywriter. So that means I fill in all the words for your marketing materials. If you're in business, you have to market yourself. But it's usually not a pleasant experience because we try to do it ourselves. So the 3 most common complaints I hear from people is that they're frustrated. They want to pull their hair out because they're trying to write their own marketing. They believe it's too expensive to hire somebody else. And they waste a lot of their valuable time spending it on writing their marketing and not spending it on what they do best, taking care of their clients. So if you have some of these same concerns, and you don't want to deal with it anymore, let's talk. I help small business owners and entrepreneurs find the best way to tell their story. And that's it in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. She is our spotlight speaker. Thank you so much. Now let's just introduce you to our next guest. She is a market genius. I could say that she does things with passion. Her food is amazing. Her baklava is delicious. If you haven't had a chance to try it, I would say call her. She did this party for my mother, and you know what? Everybody just fell in love with her food. So, Miss Jackie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Yassmin. What else to add? So, my name is Jacqueline Hamati. I'm the owner and founder of Jackiesmiddleeasternfood. I'm a private chef instructor, caterer, and a baklava creator. So I'm so happy to be with all of you today, and thank you for coming and for listening to us. I would love to share my screen. Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be one of these amazing panelist speakers here. Thank you, Yassmin. Thank you, Joseph, for this opportunity, and thank you all for listening to us. Today, my topic is deliver the right message to build your business. So in order, William Arthur Ward said, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. So in order to become what you imagine, it is essential to learn how to follow your passion. Pay attention, invest in your future, learn, change, adapt, simply become unstoppable. These are some of traits successful entrepreneurs share. They are passionate about what they do, full of determination. They are authentic, disciplined, and they deliver the right message, which is so important. And this is our focus for today. So passion is what draws the right people to want to learn from you and work with you. Passion is the driving factor toward getting more accomplished during your day and your life. Do what you love. Be happy, love people, have a high level of confidence when you do that. Second, determination. Determination on your decisions and goals help you to remain focused to overcome the unexpected, which means it gives you the strength to push yourself and your team forward even during the most difficult times. And be authentic to yourself by staying true to who you are. This is so important too. When you do this, you will feel motivated and eager to do more. displaying a genuine sense of honesty and trustworthiness. Authenticity inspires loyalty and engagement, and it allows you to follow what you really enjoy. Be disciplined. Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. And finally, deliver a message. So for you to create an unstoppable business and brand, either online or in person, you need to have a clear message and to share your message. Like what Yassmin and Josef are doing here, their message is, we connect professionals for success. This is clear as crystal. And the messenger, it's you, how you are different. As the messenger, you have to be mindful of how you show up, your level of energy, confidence, and alignment with what you say. This is the last one, my 3 intentions. I would love to share them. I put these a few months ago. I align my business with my authenticity, goals, dreams, and visions. Committed to be more successful, focused, self-motivated. Having a clear map of what I want to do, people I want to serve, which is like more clarity on my message. Thank you for this opportunity, learning how to invest in your future. When we have passion, love, when we pay attention, invest in ourselves, when we learn and change from us. Right, guys? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jackie. Now, our next speaker, this gentleman, he is a financial wizard. Jesus, I know Jesus, I know his family, and he works side by side with his lovely wife, Jennifer Lopez, the original Jennifer Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Please contact him because he actually is going to make your future a better. He's I could tell you, what can I say about this man? He's going to make your future much better, and you're going to be financially, you're going to breathe better. So, without further ado, hey, Jesus, can you please introduce yourself?
Testing. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes,
Okay.
we do. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Yassmin, for the beautiful introduction. As always, she's so kind. And I want to say thank you to all the other speakers, guest speakers. It's always incredible knowledge. And in this business as sole proprietors, if we don't take the time to learn, no one's going to teach us. Jacqueline, I agree with what you say. If we don't motivate ourselves, who's going to motivate us? But all your wisdom and knowledge is unbelievable, unmatched years of experience. And Yassmin and Joel, thank you for putting this get together. It's an honor to be here and participate with my fellow sole proprietors. So with that, my name is Jesus. I'm here in Woodland Hills, California. I was with the banks and credit unions for about 25 years. I've been independent for about 10 years now here in Woodland Hills. I do long-term care. I do life insurance, term insurance, permanent insurance, pretty much that's my life insurance business. I do mutual funds. I do stocks, individual stocks, ETFs. What else? Annuities, mutual funds. I do a broad investment products of the financial world. I'm licensed all across the board. So if you ever have a statement or an inquiry, Jesus, I got the statement. What does it mean? I have this old life insurance policy. I don't know what to do. There's cash value. Should I use it? Can I spend it? Can I touch it? Do I have to pay it back? Any type of financial questions like that, you're welcome to give me a call and I'll be happy to sit down with you and go over your options. Now, I do want to let you know, recently, I've been coming across some pretty nasty stuff. For example, seniors are getting targeted by financial fraud and financial theft. It's called senior financial abuse. And with a lot of seniors being hunkered down, some of them are on medication. Some of them have no contact with any other persons, they fall vulnerable just to speak to somebody. And last year, our seniors in America lost about 40 billion in assets and real estate from senior financial abuse. That's unbelievable to me because, you know, we all have family, we all have friends, we all have neighbors, and they're being targeted. So I just want to share that with you, and also be aware, these are the top 5 financial scams for senior abuse at this time. I got these numbers from the Federal Bureau of Investigation here in Wilshire. But number 1 is telemarketing and internet fraud. Be careful with your phones. These are great devices, incredible technology. But when you walk into Starbucks or Target, be careful. Make sure you have your emails off. Make sure you have your Bluetooth off, because there's a bunch of scammers just waiting to do identity theft and hack your phone. And once your phone is hacked, your email's hacked, it's really tough to clean that stuff up. So telemarketing, internet fraud, credit card fraud. There's a new scam called grandparent scam. It's about 5 years old. It's been going on where they say we have your grandchild and he's either kidnapped or he's being held for ransom. That's going on a lot. Sweepstakes and lottery scams. That's been going on for years. Even when I worked in the banking, people would come to me saying, hey, I lost 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. And it's just unbelievable. This is allowed and it's happening. And nobody talks about it. Nobody says anything because the seniors are too embarrassed once they lose the money. Investment schemes and fraud. If it sounds too good to be true, it is fraud. Okay. Anyways, those are pretty much the ones that are hitting our San Fernando Valley. Be alert. Keep an eye on your parents, your neighbors, your friends who are between ages 80 and 90 because they're being targeted. Okay. Also, all of us being sole proprietors, being in the business, I will tell you, you have to have a very good CPA. I work with 3 CPAs. They're all different. They all strategize and have their unique professional and different type of accounting. But you want to make sure you partner up with a good CPA. The good CPA will give you direction, how to set up your company, make sure you guys are getting paid and not commingling your investment assets and your personal assets with your business assets. Be careful of that because now with all this new regulations coming out and small business being targeted, you guys want to make sure your accounting stuff is correct. But the reason I urge you to work with your CPAs is because they will tell you, they will guide you on what's called SEP IRAs. I do a lot of business in SEP IRAs. That's my bread and butter. And basically, instead of paying money to the IRS, you can put some of that money into a retirement plan for yourselves. So I believe, Eli, you were talking about tax deferred. One of the best components for tax deferral is not paying the IRS and paying yourself. All you have to do is open a SEP IRA. I use multiple companies. They're very inexpensive. They're about $10 to set up and $10 maintenance fees a year. But just to give you an example, you can tuck away about $57,000 a year or 25% of your gross incomes. That's quite a bit of money. And if your CPA is not giving you this direction, this advice about opening an IRA, at least an IRA or a Roth IRA, but they should really be talking to you guys about SEP IRAs. They're designed for sole proprietors, for business owners. There's not much regulation on those. They've been around for years, but it also opens up the world to put your money invested in all kinds of investment vehicles, different sectors across the board. My clients, they love the health science sector. They love the technology sector. Right now, I do a lot of balance. I use bonds and short-term vehicles and technology and even some energy stocks and a portfolio just to diversify. because having diversification is key. The markets are bouncing up and down. Lately, they've been going up. There's a lot of rumors we're hearing that the market's going to pull back, but who knows? No one really knows. It's scary what's going on with our markets, but that's why you have to be diversified. Put your eggs in different baskets. So once again, I urge you, make sure your business accounts and your joint accounts are separate. Talk to your CPAs about that. And most importantly, ask them, what's a SEP IRA? Can a SEP IRA help me? Can a SEP IRA reduce my taxable income? Talk to them. I work with those CPAs, and when you have a good CPA and I'm the guy that just funds it. Once the accountant gives you the amount, I take that check, and then I'm the guy that will sit down with you and give you different options of how to invest that money inside your SEP IRA. And with that, thank you so much. Please, in respect to all my colleagues here, if you have any questions, you want to reach out to me, please reach Yassmin and she will give you my contact. Thank you, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Thank you so much, Jesus. You know what? Oh my God, that advice is amazing. Get a good CPA and call Jesus, because I could tell you, we've done a few investment and you've been, thank you so much.
Thank you, Yassmin.
Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be opening up for questions and answers. So you could ask questions to any of our speakers. Now, this is where it comes in. Please pick their brains. This is where you have the opportunity. And also, again, we have all their information on the chat. And if you need to contact me to get one of our speakers' telephone number or anything, just please don't hesitate to call me. Okay? So please. Do we have any questions? And you could unmute yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
I have a question, Jasmine. This is Yahaira.
Hello, Yahaira.
For the person who spoke about the add-ons to the garage and stuff, my parents own a home, and I believe they fixed the garage area without the permits. If they were to seek the speaker's help, do you work on adjusting that area to get the proper permits for it, or do they have to take it down before we bring you in?
No, I will introduce you to the people who will help you out. Basically, you need someone, you need an architect and you need an engineer to come and create the plans and submit it to the city. And they might require you guys to make some changes to get it legalized. So the inside will have to be according to city regulations. So don't do anything yet. Just bring in the right people.
Okay.
And if you need that, I will introduce you to the right people and they'll take care of it for you. Is it rented as of now?
Yes.
Okay, so just keep in mind that because it's an illegal dwelling and there's a tenant, if the tenant finds out that the place is not permitted and he reports your parents, they can fine your parents and make them pay all the rent that they received back to the person because it's an illegal dwelling. So there is a legality issue with something like that.
And you said this covers LA County area?
No, it covers outside of the LA County area as well. We just got to check for that particular county what the requirements are.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Ronen, I'm
Yes.
going to ask you a question. Also, if something was built and I heard that you don't need to get a permit if it doesn't have electricity or water. Is that correct?
If someone resides in the place and it hasn't been grandfathered in, meaning it doesn't reflect on title and they just spontaneously decided to dwell in that place, it's illegal. Now, if you do it for yourself, unless a neighbor reports you, I don't see an issue. But once you start putting it out there and you bring someone into it and start generating income on it, you do have to follow the rules and regulations, because that can cause a lawsuit and you can basically lose all the money that you collected from the tenant.
Thank you so much. I have a message for Jesus. Jesus, I have a SAP IRA, but it hasn't been I have not deposited any money or I have not actually contribute to this Sapphire, can it still be used or is there an amount?
Absolutely. One of the flexibilities with SEPIRAs, you control when you want to deposit and when you can't deposit. Being business owners, you know our incomes, you know, they fluctuate. There's times where we have great years and there's times where we don't. But you have all the flexibility with the SEP. If you haven't contributed, you can recontribute again. That's not a problem.
Thank you so much. Do we have any more questions for our speakers? Oh, please, Andrea. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I have one question for Ronen. Ronen, what about in a situation when you have a homeowner who puts up the unpermitted addition for a lease and they just simply disclose it to the tenant that it's unpermitted and the tenant accepts it in writing?
Even if they accept it, based on what I've seen, if they let's say something happens, okay? If there's an issue with the unit and they report you to the city, now the city steps in. The tenant's acknowledgement, based on my understanding, still doesn't take away from you having to have a legal unit once you want to when you want to have someone reside in it and rent it out. So a structure has to be legal in order for you to put it out there and rent it out. We had some cases where a neighbor will go and report a tenant that, let's say in a garage conversion that was illegally done, they will go and report that homeowner to the city, and the city will send an inspection and basically give you a limited amount of time to fix it, or they will basically ask you to tear it down, or if not, you'll get fined. So I don't really think that the tenant acknowledgement and a signed document will give you any protection against that. Perhaps a peace of mind, but no legal protection.
It's not from the city, but from the tenant. So the tenant can sue you, that's all.
The tenant can still go ahead and take legal action because the city will back him up.
Thank you, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. Oh, yes, we have another question from Andrea.
So this is for Eli. Eli, if let's say I refer you somebody and they want to do a consultation with you, what kind of information do you send them? A little list of things that you're going to need from them for the meeting in order for you to create that analysis, financial analysis for them?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I would contact them and send them a list of the documents and the financial information that we need to start building a financial plan. As with anything that's computer based, you know, the better information that you put into the modeling and the building of the plan, the better plan that you'll get to enable you to become debt free and financially independent.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any more questions? So we're almost getting down to the very end. So we have surprises for everyone. We have raffles. Ronen, you had a gift certificate for our viewers, correct?
Yes, I do. Yeah, Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm infamous for my Starbucks iced coffee, so so I want to share that passion with everyone else. Yeah, so I do have a Starbucks gift card. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about that time to close it out. I want to say thank you to all our amazing speakers, and thank you for coming to Q&A Flores, where we connect professionals for success. And I hope you got that amazing piece of nugget, and just be knowledgeable always, always. And Joseph, would you like to close it out?
Yeah,
please?
so we do this here once a month. It's the same exact Zoom meeting number. So that number that you use to get into this meeting, go ahead and copy it, put it on your phone, email it to yourself, give it to your accountant. That way they can keep it safe with your money. But that way you don't lose it. You just click on the same link and it'll get you here. We do this every last Saturday of the month at 10 o'clock. We end sharply at 11. But just like we're going to do right now, even though I'm going to bail out on you a little early, is we're going to stick around. We're going to make it very casual. We're going to chat. We're going to get to know each other a little bit better. So if you can do that and you want to, stick around and we'll have a little bit of fun. But once again, thank you for joining us. I want to just say that next month is our 1 year anniversary. So be ready,
ladies and
'cause,
gentlemen.
yeah, we're not bringing any presenters next month. We're just gonna have some fun. So if you want to have fun with us, please tell everybody else about this and bring them on board. We won't tell you about the fun yet. We're just gonna tell you that we're gonna have at least one guy who makes things appear and disappear. That's all I'm saying. But for the following month, if you would like to be one of our featured presenters, or if you would like your business to be featured here, then please contact Yassmin and she will give you all the information. Until then, thank you very much for being with us.